Karl Urban, Johnny Cage. Well, let's get that immediately
Amazing.
sorted out. So
Bless.
thank you, Mortal Kombat.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Okay, so in anticipation of everyone being here, I've just in my head it's been like like woo! I'm so excited. And so I'm frantically searching the internet for any news on Mortal Kombat 2, like prior to being here and sitting in front of you all. And I'm hearing that it's screened to Endgame-level reactions.
That's my fault. I said that. But let me say,
That made us so excited.
but technically, I'm not wrong because there were people jumping out of their seats and like
That's the
doing
thing.
this. And the last time I saw that happen was Endgame in the theater. So I'm not saying every theater will have the same reaction, but I'm saying from my perspective, it was an Endgame level reaction. The fans lost their minds.
And number 1s, 2s, and 3s and 4s, that's why you have to go to a theater and see it with other MK fans. Right away, I'm like, yes, we have to be among the people. Yeah. Ed, what did they capture from the game? Like, what is the secret sauce that makes it Mortal Kombat that everyone here, like, really nailed, both in the last movie, but also this one coming up?
Quite a bit. They captured the intensity. They captured more emotion than the games have. I think if there's one thing you would ask me to describe this film, and that's unique from the games, is the emotional connection. These two in particular have a fantastic, and there's a million Easter eggs. If you know Mortal Kombat and you know certain arenas and you know certain worlds and characters and their weapons and all that, it's like a feast of Mortal Kombat Easter eggs.
I get more and more excited with like every word that you're saying. And so, Jeremy, as you're writing this, what's something you can hint at for everyone? That is one of those Easter eggs. It's like Easter egg spoiler. We don't know which is which, but
Well, I mean, one of the things that was a joy about writing this is we had Ed Boon and his team of people as a resource, which a lot of times you don't have on something like this. So anytime we hit a creative problem, or we were even like, look, we have a fight, we don't know where it should take place, we would call Ed, and he's like, you know what, the fans would love it if it happened here. So, you know, my favorite fight in the whole movie takes place in front of the Blue Portal, which is a really famous stage from the game, and that came directly from Ed and his team.
awesome. And Simon, this movie is the tournament, because we watched the first one, we were like, wow, what a great sort of reimagining of this. It had a different vibe, a different pace, and now we're getting to the stuff where fans were like, yes. So how do you balance that? How do you balance the same kind of context and nuance from the last movie, but bring in like action to the tournament?
Well, I think we wanted the tournament to feel special and have an idea within itself, and how that structurally came through the storyline, and how each of the characters, their journey through the tournament, actually, so every time they were in a tournament fight, it mattered. So there's a lot of action in this movie. It is extremely dense. It's extremely epic. It's sort of a maximalist, right? So there's a lot going on.
Love that.
But we couldn't lose sight of the characters,
Right.
and their stories. So it was important to us that the tournament, even when that was going on, the characters' journeys and stories and decisions they were making to build their arcs through, they all still happened through their fights. We didn't stop, so what we really wanted to do was to have you care about each fight in the tournament.
Sure.
And then on a sort of a visually, and just the sort of the splendor of the entertainment of it, it was about okay, so where do we set this, and how do we get variety, and so that you're constantly sort of moving around all the realms and to different places, and that's what Mortal Kombat has. There's so much in it. There's so many places you can go. There's so many characters. There's humor. It's brutal. it's a constant tonal balance.
Right.
And that was sort of, it was my daily task, right? Sort of like just constantly calibrating that. And I think having the tournament structure within it just allowed to sort of have a set of rails that the film went on.
Well, and so you two get brought up as like the heart and the feeling and the nuance of this, and you're reunited, and fans are so excited. What was this project like for you that was different from when you were on Chilling Adventures of Sabrina?
Everything, I think. Other than, I think, having each other and having the connection and chemistry that we already had, I would say everything about this was so different. The relationship even between, like, yes, these two are sisters of a sort in the same way, but such a different kind of sisterhood. One that I think is built in a loyalty that was naturally born but has to be fortified. And I don't know, for me it was such a pleasure being able to go through that with Adeline, especially because Jade was such a challenging character for me, and to have her to bounce off of really constantly informed me, constantly gave me safe landing. And it was just a joy.
I think we approached like very different to our characters on Sabrina. Just the whole, again, like Tati said, we took our chemistry that we've had and then started ground up again for these characters, right? Completely different backstories, completely different relationship, loyalties that are being tested constantly. But yeah, and trying to navigate their relationship throughout this movie has been really fun. And like Tati said, being able to rely on each other in those moments was a blessing, truly.
Also, just want to point out, by the way, Kitana, 10,000 years old, but playing 25.
Correct.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Karl, you came into this like specifically because fans were clamoring for it. Were you aware of that? Did anybody call you and be like, yo, the internet's going crazy?
No, I wasn't aware of that. I mean, we were aware of the movie and you know, really pushed to be a part of it. And but like I'm always thrilled to be a part of something that's so loved. And the Mortal Kombat fans are like so wonderful. They were. I actually probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a Mortal Kombat fan. I mean, literally.
I mean,
right
that's the
here.
thing.
No, I'm serious because I went to get my visa, and the person who was issuing my work visa wasn't there that day, and the person who was there said, "Come and meet my supervisor, and we'll see." And I come over, and the supervisor looks at me and goes, "Karl, Johnny Cage. Well, let's get that."
Yes!
Sorted out. So thank you, Mortal Kombat.
Incredible. You're sort of actually cornering the market, by the way, as like the very violent guy who jokes so very well, right? What's the difference, like to you, the key difference between Johnny Cage versus Butcher?
Oh wow! I mean, for me. The key difference is the character that Jeremy has written has really grounded the character in a sort of with a wonderful humanity and a wonderful heart and something that the audiences can really relate to. He's at the point where we find Johnny Cage, he is completely dispirited. He's broken. The world has forgotten about Johnny Cage, and that is the point in his life where he is called upon to, defend Earthrealm, and he's completely neglected his martial arts talents and his abilities. And to me, it's just it was such a wonderful, fertile ground to start the character, and then journey with him as sort of he learns. What it really means to give.
So he has to dust off both his skills and his.
You know about that. Spoilers.
And Martyn, could we have a conversation about Wrathhammer, please?
Okay.
Is that real? Or is it most like a CG doctoring?
Oh no, completely real.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. There was a few versions.
So I would like to know specifically, given your stature, how did they build it for you that made it look proper? Were you consulted? Were you there? Or were they just like, yo, this bro, I wrote Wikipedia, he is
I
super
was
tall.
absolutely there. And just to give you some idea on how specific and detailed the back team were, I think I probably went through 10, 12 makeup and costume and prosthetics.
Oh, wow.
Probably even more than that, to be honest. Simon
Okay,
was
so your patient is the subtext.
Oh, yeah. I was patient. That's for sure. But I think Simon and the team was so adamant they wanted it to be perfect. And the hammer was incredible. I mean, we had two versions. We had a full weighted version, and then we had a softer foam version. And there was a funny story with the full version. I don't know if you remember this day, but one of the early days, I kind of realized how hot the costume became and how sweaty my hands were to become. And we had this scene where I was supposed to swing the hammer straight through and take someone out. Unfortunately, the hammer came straight out of my hand and into a light, to which we then swapped for the lighter version.
Do you know what that reminds me of? When the Wii first came out and everybody kept hitting their television
that's exactly
with it?
what it was like. Yeah, I think everyone kind of looked around and thought this could be quite dangerous. But the hammer was real, and I think that kind of it helped as a piece to have, to feel, and to sort of get the grandeur of it, and to really try and understand how painful that would be.
And also, could you even see out of your costume?
Yeah, the vision wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Hearing was difficult. But the actual vision was fine.
So that just means that Shao Kahn is always like, what?
Hey!
Incredible. I'm really excited for what everybody's going to see here at New York Comic Con. I can't wait for the movie, and I have to say that ultimately you have put a fatality on my doubts. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Over here!